do not want to continue doing the same thing over and over again, the same thing keeping you stuck, keeping you insecure, and keeping you from your dream life. You do not want to be like me 6 years ago.
Oh, hell no, man.
Waiting for validation and calculating my every move in order to get other people to validate and accept me. Because you're not like me and you're already ahead. I'm going to take you through the exact steps and the formula to not only transform your life, but transform your confidence so you never feel insecure in a conversation ever again. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Carissa, and on this channel we focus on all things feminine energy, leveling up. We focus on our fitness to make sure that you are becoming the highest value, best woman that you could possibly be. And on this channel, we are working daily to step into our dream life and to become a woman that we are truly proud of. And if that's something that you're interested in, make sure that you
Subscribe
and become a part of the Queen community. We would love to have you here, and let's get right into the video. If you're new to this channel, you should know one thing: we take notes. So I need you to get your notebook and take notes on the first thing that we're going to be talking about: mindset shifts. You need to have an altered mindset so that way this is not a problem for you anymore. One of my favorite ways to create mindset shifts is to journal. Journaling with a purpose is so important. The first thing that I want you to journal out is identifying what causes you to feel this way when you are in a social setting. What causes you to feel insecure? What causes you to feel afraid? Identify the emotions. Is it anxiety? Is it anxiousness? Is it fear? Is it you feeling uncomfortable, not confident in yourself? What is it? Identify it and label it. Now, once you have identified that, I need you to ask yourself what it is that you are afraid of. What is it? Are you afraid of being rejected? Are you afraid of people judging you for what you are wearing, for what you're saying? What is it that is causing you anxiety? What is it that is causing you fear? The next thing I want you to identify and write down is when this first started happening. If you can really think back to one of the first times it started happening, maybe it was an event that made you feel insecure or made you doubt yourself. What is it? What was the event? What was the moment in time where you lost confidence in yourself to speak in front of people? And when was the first time that you can remember feeling this way? I also want you to identify the last time that you felt confident speaking in front of someone, and identify 3 reasons why you felt confident speaking in front of them. And this is going to be very important because at the end of this video, we're going to connect why those 3 things for each of these topics is so important for you to know and remember. Most people, when they start to fear talking in front of somebody, it is mostly because they're afraid of rejection, afraid of the absolute worst, creating stories in their mind, creating things that do not even exist, thinking of possibilities that will never happen. But these possibilities feel like reality because our mind cannot determine what is real and what's not in our head. If it's a thought, our mind wants to come into agreement with it, so it will try its best to do that. So we want to detach from outcomes that we create in our head, because these outcomes are not real, they're not happening right now, and the likelihood of them happening is slim to none. Statistics show that 80% of what people worry about ends up never even happening. And for the last 20% that does actually happen, it is not as bad as people think it's going to be. So we really need to master detachment. And some ways that we can do that is letting go of any desired outcome, but also letting go of possible negative outcomes and accept the present moment, accept what is happening right now. Detach from the opinions of other people, detach from everyone else's expectations of you, and start to tune into how you truly feel in the moment. And this is going to help you be present in any conversation that you're holding, whether it's a presentation or you're talking to someone new or trying to create new friendships. Being present is so important, and when you are so attached to an outcome, it completely derails you from the present moment. Next thing that we want to do is reframe our mind in a positive way and let go of negative limiting beliefs. So many people want to say that they don't have limiting beliefs, but the reality of it is, wherever you are right now, in any situation, you are only there because of the current limiting beliefs that you have. Even multimillionaires have limiting beliefs, keeping them from reaching the billionaire status. And that's just one example. You are where you are right now because of the limiting belief that you currently have in this present moment. And if you are constantly telling yourself, that you are not good at speaking in front of people, that you can't be yourself in front of other people because they won't accept it, you are training yourself and training your mind to come into agreement with this and act accordingly. So every time you have a negative thought about yourself and your abilities, I need you to replace it with 3 positive ones about your abilities. Knowing that you can talk to people, you have done it before, you know you can offer value in a conversation, and that you are just as valuable as the people that you are talking to. Sometimes we put other people on a pedestal, and we think that because they're on this imaginary pedestal that we've put them on, that their value is higher than our own. And it takes away from our ability to actually speak confidently in a conversation when you have all these other people on pedestals and you value their input more than your own. Reframe your mind, release these expectations that you are having for yourself and on yourself to perform a certain way. Moving on to the next thing, you have to understand that embarrassment is a choice. It is a choice to be and feel embarrassed.
Why are you embarrassed?
What is there to be embarrassed about? Literally, it is a choice, and most of the time when you are embarrassed and it is showing, other people, they won't even care. If they care for like a second, and then they move on with their lives because they care more about what's happening in their own. Can you even remember the last time you saw somebody do something embarrassing? Can you even remember? Because it's not that important. We don't really care. And we make it in our minds like other people care so much about us, and this is like the spotlight effect that we feel that we have on our lives. We need to understand that this spotlight effect and this spotlight that we place on ourselves is not the same spotlight that people have in their own lives and in their own mind. So many times we tell ourselves stories about things that are not even real. We make up a lot of negative stories about things that we do, or let's say that you have an issue with sweating in public, or you have a stuttering problem and you feel like that's the only thing that people focus on. That is a story that you tell yourself, and most of the time people have no idea that that is even an issue for you. No idea. And even if they do notice, they don't care as much as you feel that they do. And realizing that your brain will try to tell you stories to keep you safe can help you in this situation so much. Remember that embarrassment is a choice and confidence is also a choice. So choosing to be confident is so important in these situations. The next thing that's also so important is that you are authentic to yourself. Trying to be someone else will always create a lesser version of them. Remember what is special about you. All the things that are unique about you that you could be improving. All the things about yourself that you can do to make yourself shine and stand out. Of course, we can gather inspiration from other people. Of course, we can admire other people and want some of the things that they have, but we can never be another person. Our greatest strength is being ourselves. And when you are authentic, people can see that, they can feel that, and that makes you stand out so much more. Being authentic to yourself is so important, because when you're not authentic and you really are trying to be something that you are not, or you're trying to imitate someone else or something other than yourself, people can tell and they are turned off from that. It's unnatural. People can tell and they are not attracted to that. The next thing that you need to do is identify your limiting self and your higher self. Firstly, the limiting self is so important to identify, because when you are able to identify your limiting beliefs and how the limiting self is keeping you from where you want to be and keeping you from your higher self, you can start to make small changes to step into your higher self and step into the most confident version of you. Identify some of your limiting beliefs around public speaking. Identify some of your limiting beliefs when it comes to making friends or talking to somebody new. What is your limiting self doing to keep you from having a successful conversation or presentation? What is it that your limiting self believes that is keeping you stuck, feeling unconfident, and keeping you from a dream life? And now you also need to identify your higher self and identify how this higher self is the embodiment of everything that you want. Identify how this higher self speaks to other people, how this higher self holds herself in a conversation, how this higher self speaks with confidence, fluency, and truly knows herself, speaking with authenticity. These things are so important to identify, because if you can imagine and envision your higher self, it means it's possible for you. If you can envision yourself reaching a goal, or you can envision yourself in a higher state of mind, that means that you are capable of reaching that and you are on your way there. So what's so important is that you stop valuing other people's opinions over your own. Why is someone else's opinion more important and more valid than your own? Two people can be the same age, the same gender, and live in the same household and have very different opinions on what is attractive to them, what looks confident to them, what fashion style they like. At the end of the day, their opinions are theirs and they're completely different. So which one's the right one? Neither. Opinions are not correct. They're not inherently valid. You need to understand that the only opinion that matters is yours. And if you can stand in front of people and say that you are proud of yourself for speaking in front of them with confidence, knowing that you did the best that you could with what you were given, you have confidence in yourself and your ability to represent yourself, that's all that matters. Because not everyone is going to like you, not everyone is going to accept you, but understanding that you accept yourself and that you are confident within your own self is the only thing that matters. It is impossible to have everyone on the planet like you, agree with you, or think that you are beautiful, because the reality is that's not how it's going to be for anyone. There are people on this planet that think Zendaya is ugly, and then there are some people that think that she's the most beautiful person on the planet. Either way, their opinions are theirs, and neither one is correct. There's no correct opinion, there's no wrong opinion. Opinions are just opinions. Remember that yours is the only one that matters, because at the end of the day, this is your life. And do you want to waste all of your life thinking about what other people want from you? Do you want to live your whole life people pleasing, worrying about what you could do to make other people like you instead of living a life that you love, instead of living a life that you're proud of? When you're 80 years old and you look back on life, will you be proud of yourself and proud of the life that you lived, thinking and knowing that all you did was do things to make other people like you, to look and seek for validation from other people? I want you to really think about that. Now we're moving on to actionable steps. The first actionable step that I want you to do is grow your confidence in public speaking through practice. This is so powerful. If I would have never posted a YouTube video, I would not be here talking to you now. Was I scared to post my first YouTube video? Oh yes, I was. And did I have people make fun of me? Yes, I did. But did I also have people supporting me? Yes, I did. But either way, I don't do this for other people and their opinions. I do this because I know that my purpose is to be able to help people, and I'm confident in that. Knowing that allows me to be here to speak to you, to help you, to give you my advice and guidance based on my own experiences and what I've been able to overcome, hoping that it helps you and helps you change your life. That is how I am confident to sit here and do this. But if I waited until I was perfect, or if I was trying to just appease everyone, I would have not only a terrible channel that has no type of direction, because everyone has different opinions on what's correct or the right way to live life, but I also wouldn't be able to help as many women as I do. I wouldn't be able to be a coach. I wouldn't be able to use my experiences with my eating disorders to help other women overcome theirs. There's so many things I wouldn't be able to do if I cared so much about what people thought and I was looking for their validation. So you need to learn to practice and just do it. Just do it. Some things that you can do to practice this is volunteer for school presentations, volunteer for any speaking opportunity, go to social networking events. This can be so helpful and transformative in your speaking presence. And one thing that I challenge myself to do every day, if I'm going out in public and I'm not staying home by myself, I will go out and challenge myself to talk to one new person, whether that's as simple as giving them a compliment and asking them about their day, or trying to get to know somebody at a coffee shop where I'm working at, where I'm just sitting, working on my computer, or journaling in a coffee shop. I make it my job to talk to at least one person and try to get to know them a little bit better, because each time it grows the muscle of confidence and it grows your ability to speak to people in public. Confidence is a skill. It's not an inherently given thing that people just have or don't. It is something that you grow and practice. So make sure that you are going out and practicing this skill as much as you can. The next thing that you can do is breathe. Make sure that you are breathing. Breathe and do breath work before an opportunity where you're speaking in front of a large group of people. Or if you are going to meet somebody for the first time, make sure that you breathe. Be prepared for speaking events or holidays where you're going to see a lot of family if that's somewhere you feel insecure talking in front of. Anywhere where you feel you would feel insecure talking, I need you to practice and be prepared for that event. And an easy way is just having speaking points. Some of my favorite speaking points that I always go to whenever I'm getting to know somebody or I'm speaking in front of somebody is, I will tell them that I noticed something about them that I really like. If I'm meeting somebody new for the first time, when I haven't seen somebody in a long time, I ask them about how their weekend has been, how their week has been going, see what they say. Sometimes people will be very dry and just say good. You don't have a lot to work with there. But when you don't have a lot to work with, you can say something that you did about one of your hobbies, something that you did that was really exciting, and see where the conversation goes. And the most important part about this is that you listen to the other person, not trying to think of the next thing to say, but when you are genuinely there and present and listening, you're able to have speaking points a lot easier. I attended a masterclass one time, and this public speaker was saying that one of the easiest ways to make sure that you speak with beautiful diction is to imagine your sentences and imagine your words as a flowing river instead of a rocky, raggedy mountain
where it's choppy and going like this and you sound like a robot and you are not even breathing.
It's not natural, and people can tell that you look and sound a little nervous. So when your words are flowing and you're imagining, purposely making your sentences flow together, no matter how fast or slow they are, it creates this sense of communication where you appear more confident in your words and the things that you are saying. And the last thing and the last tip I want to leave you guys with is remember to have confidence in your body language, because your body language will signal so much about your confidence, and your body actually responds to your own body language. So if I'm hunched over like this and I'm having my head down and I'm not really smiling, you can already see and hear that I'm not confident in myself. You would probably not want to listen to me speak if I was saying this whole YouTube video to you, sounding like this.
I'm very proud of myself, or
like what? Sit with your shoulders back, have your head up, and remember who you are. Remember who you are. Your body language is so important. If you are closed off, if you have your arms crossed, no one is going to want to speak to you. This is showing closed energy. Closed energy is not flowing, it's not open, and it makes people not want to come up to you because they feel like you are not going to receive them. You have to have an open aura to be able to attract things. A closed door cannot allow anything to come inside of it. Opportunities will not be able to come into this door. People will not be able to come into this door. Positive experiences will not be able to come into this door if it is closed. So make sure that every time you are out, you are speaking, you have open body language. You are calm, you are collected, and you are practicing everything that we went through in this video. And I promise that your life will change, and so will your confidence when speaking in front of other people. I hope that you guys really like this video and that this truly does change your life. If you're interested in my next masterclass that I am hosting, please make sure that you check out the link in the description so you can sign up for that free masterclass. And if you're interested in working with me before the year ends, also check the description as well for the link to my application as well as my Instagram. Again, I'd love if you guys would be a part of this community where we are just truly bettering ourselves and changing our lives. I love you guys so much, and I'm so grateful that all of you are here, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.